Now, just when you thought you'd got towards the end of the story, the row within UKIP over Nathan Gill's position as both an AM and an MEP has taken an unexpected turn. The leader in Wales was briefly expelled from the party yesterday before being reinstated to face the vote of the members. It's up to the membership now, including Sam Gould, the chairman of the Caerphilly branch of the party, who works for Mr Gill. Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy with this development?
I am happy with this development. I think that what we're seeing across all political parties at the moment is moves for the grassroots to take actually more control. For example, within the Conservative Party, there were when there was not one membership vote for Theresa May, there were outcries there. Yesterday, within the Labour Party, there were 5 members of that party that took its National Executive Committee, its NEC, to the High Court and won. And similarly in UKIP, there's been many moves against our NEC from the grassroots. And I'm very happy to hear now that the actual members in Wales will actually have a say in this matter when it was taken out of their hands and many members across Wales were unhappy with the NEC's actions.
Why would any UKIP member want somebody doing 2 jobs when we've heard that both of them really ought to be full-time?
Well, it's perfect. I think in terms of this is that Nathan said he would stand down for then either 2 other individuals to then replace him as MEP. However, both those 2 other individuals have also been elected to the Assembly. So I think it's unfair.
Stand down as an AM then?
Well, I think it's unfair that actually when he has actually been elected very recently and has the support of members and want him to stand as an AM, and that this decision was actually discussed prior to the Assembly elections, that these other 2 people could actually then take over as MEP.
Do you think that those people who voted UKIP, hoping to get Nathan Gill into the Assembly, realised at that point that he'd be only doing 3 days a week?
Well, Nathan is actually one of the hardest working individuals I know, and when you're talking about, and I know you don't doubt that, because we know that when, for example, it's been cited that he wasn't in the Assembly on a certain day, he was actually then doing a debate for the referendum. Nathan has actually successfully led a Welsh Assembly election campaign and also successfully done more debates than any other elected representative in Wales for the referendum, and Nathan was elected with that mandate to campaign for us to leave the EU. Now what we're seeing is, yes, we've won the referendum, but we still have got a long big battle to fight to make sure that we mean that Brexit means Brexit when we get the best deal possible.
With respect, you're not addressing the point here, which is as to whether an Assembly member's work can be done in 3 days, 3 days a week.
Well, I think actually it's not a 3-day job. I think it's a 7-day job.
Well, he said 3 days. Well, 3 days in Cardiff, 2 days in Brussels.
Well, 3 days of him working, being there in plenary and things like that. But he's working all the way, responding to emails, meeting with constituents, working for their best interests.
He isn't.
Well, he is responding to his constituents because he's representing the people of Wales, both through the Assembly and also as a member of the European Parliament. And I think that actually he's got a very strong team behind him, making sure that we can ensure that his everything, all his business is dealt with, and I think that's doing extremely well. I think that he would ideally like to be able to focus just as an Assembly member, but as he said on this radio station with you on the show, is that the MEP role is becoming a non-job because of the fact it'll be redundant within about 2 years.
Do you think he's got the members behind him on this then?
I do think he's got the members behind him, based on the fact that last week there was a majority of chairmen in Wales signed a letter in support, calling on the NEC to retract its threat to kick Nathan Gill out of the party. Nathan has a massive amount of support based on the diligence and the effort which he's put into this party throughout the years, and how he's also been working extremely hard for the interests of the people of Wales.
Final word on the NEC. Do you see it continuing in its current form?
I hope not. We've been calling it for... I've been one of the chairmen that's actually called for an EGM, an extraordinary general meeting, to actually have constitutional reform. And one of the things that we've seen is the fact that Nigel Farage was very frustrated with the NEC. He has now resigned and spoken out about that. Stephen Wolfe, the former front-runner in the leadership battle to replace Nigel Farage, is now longer on the ballot because the NEC found some technicality to get rid of him.
Well, no, his application was in late.
Well, his campaign was to get rid of the NEC. Now, his running mate Nathan Gill has also had had attacks from the NEC, and Nathan has been also calling out for major reforms there. And so I think that the members are very much in an uproar on this, and I think the NEC's days are numbered.
Thank you.